Known for his volunteerism and leadership, Glenn Nolan's work has had a positive impact on the mineral exploration and mining industry and Indigenous communities for more than 4 decades. As a former chief of the Missinaba Cree First Nation, he understands the lives and aspirations of Indigenous peoples. He has also made a profound and lasting mark on the PDAC. He was elected as a director of the association in 2005 and went on to serve as the first Indigenous president from 2012 to 2014. Growing up in a mining town, Glenn experienced the benefits that arose from working with and investing in the local community. Despite little to no prior experience, locals were hired, training was provided, and skills were developed for gainful employment.
When I found out that I could actually go out into the bush and make money by collecting rocks and flying to remote sites in a helicopter, I was like, sign me up. What it did for us as Missinaba Cree is it opened up a lot of new opportunities.
The wage-based economy that came with the mine helped to lift the community and its members to new heights by offering a new scope of experience,
including my father. I remember him sitting at the table doing homework to get his grade 10 designation. And he went on to have 4 trade designations by the time he retired at 55. And this is someone who had a grade 3 education.
The positive impact of this partnership had a profound effect on everyone, including the community's youth.
That set the levels of expectation for each successive generation, that they could do more.
Eventually, Glenn struck out on his own. His passion for being in the wilderness led him to start his own contracting firm. The firm would conduct geophysical surveys, line cutting, and claim staking for mineral exploration across northern Canada. Through his leadership, Glenn would foster economic opportunities for Indigenous communities. When he had work to offer, he would reach out.
I found that by hiring locals out of Indigenous communities that I could have access to a consistent workforce, but I'd always contact the community first, either working with their economic development officer or their chief, and getting a number of names that I could rely on.
This was how Glenn transitioned into helping communities enter into respectful, mutually beneficial engagements with various Indigenous communities.
What I can do is listen, and we're not there to tell them what they need to do. We're there to understand their concerns, their aspirations, and then how we can work with those common threads.
The ability to build bridges is a vital skill. Glenn can often get to the root of the matter when the values and desires of communities and companies are at odds.
It takes time to reestablish the respect that needs to be given to the community, but also the community has to trust that the company is transparent in their deliberations.
This also rings true outside of Canada. Glenn's work with the Shuar people of the Amazon in Ecuador and Peru is a prime example.
We established a long-term friendship that was built on respect. We listened to them, and I've been advising them on how to market and how to offer services when you have clients in their community.
Glenn's work here at home is equally inspiring.
I started negotiating with the province of Ontario and a logging operation in our territory, and we eventually worked on an agreement, and it's still in force today.
Success can only come from the community's involvement.
Like any relationship, both parties have to feel that they're benefiting from the relationship that's established.
Glenn Nolan is the recipient of the 2023 PDAC Skookum Jim Award. Glenn's service in the preservation of Indigenous interests in the Canadian mineral exploration and mining industry is one to be celebrated and emulated.